Okay, welcome to class. We will start. I'm recording. Okay, so today is the another week, week 14. Okay, just a moment. Just a second, I will share the screen. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Okay, so you can see my screen. Okay. So here's the news. American could face prison in Thailand after posting negative reviews of a resort. The man was arrested under Thailand's criminal defamation law, which has been used to silence critics. The hotel that brought charges acknowledges that using the law might be excessive. Okay, so what happened? An American man who lives in Thailand was unhappy that a resort hotel wanted to charge him $15 a fee for bringing his own bottle of gin. He argued with the manager and then later did what has become second nature for tourists. He posted negative reviews of a resort online. The hotel Seaview Koh Chang Resort on the island of Koh Chang was unhappy with the guest. Okay. Unable to reach him or hold his post on TripAdvisor, the resort filed a complaint with the Thai police under the country's harsh defamation law. As a result, the guest was arrested. Okay, so defamation. Okay, so this word defamation. Okay, what is defamation? Let's see this term. Okay, in general, defamation, oral or written communication of a false statement about another that harms reputation. So, for example, defamation, I go and I write on Facebook, don't buy Hershey's chocolate, it's very bad, right? So people will stop buying Hershey's chocolate. And defamation is something unjustly harms, right? So it's my opinion. But every country is different, right? In some countries you can express your opinion, right? Especially if you use something and then you can leave a comment. But it looks like in Thailand, you can only leave positive comments, because if you, for example, you stay in a hotel, you don't like it and you write negative comment, they can say, it's not just your opinion, you are destroying our reputation, right? But you can say, yeah, it destroys your reputation, but I didn't like your service. So again, every country has different logic, right? In America, you can write, if you don't write just some lies, but if you write something which is true, that this is what happened with me. I slept in the hotel and the bed was too hard to, I didn't enjoy the bed. So I'm not lying, right? Anyway, every country is different, so you have to be careful. In Thailand, it's a criminal thing. In America, okay, it's a civil court that will deal with it. In Thailand, it's a criminal thing. A government will persecute you. Defamation in Thailand is defined on whoever imputes anything about another person or third person in a matter likely to touch person's reputation or place person in contempt or hatred by others, right? So, right? So in Thailand, any bad review of a hotel could be reviewed as defamation. So tourists now have to be very careful because we're so used to writing comments, right? You buy something on Lazada and let's say you like the product, you write positive review. If you don't like, you write negative review. But it looks like in Thailand, it's very dangerous to write bad reviews because it could go under criminal charges. So be careful, okay? Again, for example, another country. Okay, First Amendment, free. In America, in the Constitution, they have amendments. And there's a thing called First Amendment. So it's the amendment about the freedom of speech. So it means you are free to speak anything. Again, you cannot say absolutely anything because it could endanger people. For example, what if we are in a movie theater and I yell, "Fire!" Right? Everyone will run and get injured. So this is one extreme. But overall in America, you can say anything in public or internet. Now we communicate a lot online. Okay. Just a second. So in America, as I said, there's freedom of speech. So again, every country is different. So for example, pornography, right? It receives protection in America under the First Amendment. But if it's involving children, then it has no protection. But if it's between adults, it's protected by the First Amendment. But as I told you last week, in Thailand is different, right? So you cannot say, but in America is a different country. So in Thailand, in America, pornography is protected by First Amendment, but in Thailand it's not. Okay, so have to be careful. And in America, anyone involved with child pornography. Okay, America. America. Okay, we have adults. So the law determines who is adult, right? Maybe like 16 or 17 is adult. But someone who is 15, someone who is 14 is still considered a minor, a child. So if anything, if government catches you online with this, it's, you know, very, very severe in America, okay? But again, every country is different, right? So in America, until you're maybe 17 or 18, you are considered to be a child. Every state is different who is adult. So 18, in 47 states, the age of majority, the age at which person has the legal rights and responsibilities is adult. Okay, So 18. Before that, there's a problem. Okay, just a second. Okay, news. If you search for the news, okay, internet is a good thing, right? So we can study online, we can shop online, work online, you know, many things. But at the same time, some people use internet for illegal things. And then again, every country has different rules, right? So for example, in America, pornography with adults is allowed, but in Thailand, pornography with adults is prohibited. But all the countries in the world agree that child pornography is illegal. So many people are caught producing, right? When we make something, we need to, like a movie, right? We need to film it, save it on the computer, put it on a server, distribute it. It's very, so people who are doing it, they are breaking the law. So for example, 3 weeks ago, and there's many news, you know, so let's say the news. Why I'm telling you this, you might think, because when we are online, there are many things, right? We can do legal things and illegal things easily, right, online. But we need to be careful that when we do something which is considered illegal in our country, in the country where you are, you might have problems. Like, remember last week we watched this lawyer? Okay, just a second. Okay, just a second, it's loading. Great Barrington man arrested for child pornography after investigation. Police arrested a man on child pornography charges after investigation by police and federal agents led to allegations he was distributing material. Distributing, maybe sending through internet, right? Distributing. These days when we distribute something, it's not like we go and give DVD discs, right? It's online. James, 54, is currently held is not suspected of making, but downloading and sharing. Okay, so he didn't make those movies. He downloaded files and then sent to others. So this is still a crime. Okay, so please understand. You think, I didn't do anything, I just downloaded the file and I sent it. You're already breaking the law. It was a mistake, sorry. No. Maybe if you downloaded and you realized it's a mistake, you need to delete the file and call the police and, you know, or something, or tell the internet company. But if you downloaded the file, kept the file, saved the file on your computer and sent to somebody else, you are breaking the law. You are a criminal now. Okay. Okay. So police in many countries, in every country, police are always online. So don't think, oh, police is stupid. Police is sitting there, but I'm here. Police is also online and they're looking what you're doing. Okay. So every country has a special department that deals with internet crime. Okay, so this man we saw on the picture, he's charged. It's a criminal case. Government says he broke the law because he possessed, so he had it on his computer, child pornography, distribution of material depicting a child in the nude, so naked children, distribution of material depicting a child in sexual act. Okay, so this is very, very serious in America especially. Okay, so remember we watched this thing last week about Thailand. So in Thailand, even if it's adults and they make pornographic movies, it is illegal. Okay, so please understand this. Okay, so what next I need to tell you? Just a second. So if you see something like on Facebook or in other chat, be very careful because you are playing with fire, right? If you download something on your computer, you're breaking the law, and police could see that you downloaded. If you send it to others, others could be the police, and then you are breaking the law. So be very careful, because what you do on the computer, you think, oh, I'm sitting in my room, I'm a good person, I didn't touch anybody, I'm just sitting, sending files, receiving files. This government doesn't care. Government can still find you. How will they find me? I have a nickname. You are using internet. Internet comes from AIS in Thailand, 3BB, some internet company. They know who you are. So when you send files, receive files, if you're breaking the law of your country, they will catch you. Okay? Same thing. Oh, I come from America. In America, we can do that. Yeah, but because you're now in Thailand or in China, if you do something that breaks the law of the country, they will not care that you are from another country. They will arrest you. So again, be careful. You don't want to go to jail, right? Then, so please understand, every country is different. In Thailand, you cannot criticize companies or the government. In America, you can. In America, adult pornography is allowed to make and to distribute, but in Thailand it is not. Child pornography is prohibited in every country. Why? Because children, they're naive, they cannot think for themselves. But there's another thing, what is considered to be a child, right? You might say, she was 15, she's 15, she's an adult. Depends on the country, right? What country allows, what country thinks is adult. As I said, in America, maybe before you're 18, you are considered a child, right? You can drive a car, but in the eyes of the law, you're still a minor, you're still not 100% adult, okay? Maybe, okay, let's search if I can find. Thailand age of adulthood. 20. In Thailand, 20. Until you are 20, your adulthood occurs when a child reaches the age of majority, which is 20 years old in Thailand, or child gets married. Okay, so if the girl is 15 and she wants to get married, parents allow it. Okay, that's one story. But overall, until you're 20, in Thailand, you are still a child, right? So any crime involving someone who is 19 is by the law is considered differently rather than when you're 20. So again, be careful, right? Because your crime could, if you commit a crime against a child, it's more severe than when it's for adults. Okay. Is pornography illegal in Thailand? Yes, illegal. Illegal. Oh, but it exists. It exists, but uh, it's illegal. It's like drugs, right? Drugs are illegal in Thailand. Some people might use it, but if police will know about it, they will be arrested. Same thing with this e-cigarettes, e-cigarettes, right? Many people smoke e-cigarettes in many countries of the world. And in Thailand, I see many people doing it, but they're illegal. They buy them from some guy, and mostly police will not touch you because they cannot go around and find everyone. But if you fly into Thailand and you're a tourist and you have this, it's 2 million baht fine. If you sell it online, right? Police will catch you. Again, big problem. But I'm from America, it's no big deal. Yeah, but America is another country, right? So we're all connected through the internet, right? Google is from US. I'm sitting in Thailand. I'm using Google to teach someone in Thailand and in China. Yes, so it's one company connecting several countries. So they have to be very careful not to break the laws. Okay, just a second. And okay, next thing is there was this law. Again, for example, in Thailand, there's a law that says you cannot criticize monarchy, the king. But many people are connected through line, right? And people discuss things in line. And then what happens? Line is in Thailand, but they're from Japan. Japan-based messaging app kicked off its move into chatbots today, beating Facebook to the punch in the process, but it has been challenging week for the company, which rumored to be... Okay, just a second. Over in Thailand, meanwhile, Line is under investigation. So the company Line has problem with Thai government for allowing stickers that mock country's royal family. Thailand less measures law forbids insults of the monarchy. Punishable 15 years in prison. Thailand. Okay, so you see, again, the company comes from Japan, and they need to be careful what they allow on their platform in Thailand, because in Thailand the law is different, right? So from Japan. So government could say no more. Okay, another news, for example, this news. One day ago, YouTube blocked Russian parliament channel. So Russian parliament had a YouTube channel, and YouTube is an American company. So America said, okay, no more. YouTube channel of the Russian state parliament has been terminated. Google is committed to compliance with all applicable sanctions and trade compliance laws. So now Google, because it's an American company, they're following American law, right? And but they're working in Russia. According to Russia's state-owned news agency, Russian telecom watchdog Roskomnadzor has asked Google to lift sanctions. Okay. YouTube had in early March blocked Kremlin-backed media outlets RT and Sputnik, first in Europe, then globally. So now the country of Russia wants to block YouTube because they come from America and they are abiding by American laws and they don't respect Russian laws. You see, this is a big problem. And then next thing. Facebook doesn't work in China. Okay, we all know this. Facebook and Twitter have been blocked in China since 2009 as part of the government crackdown against activists following some problems in the Xinjiang province. China's restriction of foreign media platforms and censorship of non-governmental material has been dubbed Great Firewalls of China. Okay? Again, China says we have our own country. We decide what is allowed, what is not allowed. When you come from America, look, Facebook is an American company, right? Facebook comes to China. So on one hand, Facebook has to follow American laws, right? Because it's an American company. All the equipment is in America. The Mark Zuckerberg is in America. But they come to China. So they also need to follow Chinese laws, right? So if they don't follow Chinese laws all the way, if they don't block certain information that is not allowed in China, then the Chinese government will say, okay, no more, and they block them, okay? So just a second, this article, okay. And then Great Firewall of China. What is that? Okay, Great Firewall of China. Great Firewall of China. Okay, a combination of law and technology to regulate internet. Right, so we'll know about Great China Wall, right? But this is Great Firewall. So what happens is internet coming from outside of China is going through like basically the door, right? And the Chinese government decides what they allow and what they don't allow, right? So if you go to China, Facebook and Instagram will not work. If you go to Russia now, Facebook and Instagram don't work. Why? Because they spread information which the government of China or Russia doesn't like, okay? And you'll say, well, it's unfair, but I just read you the news. YouTube blocks Russian parliament channel. What if I want to, I do research and I want to watch parliament channel of Russia, and YouTube says, we follow American law, we don't allow this. So you see, these two situations are the same. In China, there's no freedom of speech, so I cannot open Facebook and look at Facebook. But then at the same time, YouTube doesn't let me read Russian news again, right? So this is exactly the same. They decide for us, right? The government or the big company decides. And Google here is following all the laws of America, right? So again, This happens because you have one country like China or Russia or Thailand, and then we have a foreign company that comes in. Okay, so let's see. Just a second, I will draw you a picture. Just a moment, I will draw a picture so you can understand better. So, for example, you have Russia. And Russia doesn't have its own video platform. Okay, so there's USA. USA has its own video platform, YouTube, right? So we'll do red. YouTube comes to Russia. America has laws, Russia has laws, and the laws might be different. And then YouTube, so this is YouTube. And then YouTube starts spreading information in Russia, which Russia doesn't like. And let's say we have another country, we have Europe, EU. So Russia thought, okay, so EU was using YouTube to spread information in Russia, which Russia didn't like. Russia said, okay, we will also spread information to Europe through YouTube. And then YouTube said, we will follow American law. American law says Russia cannot spread its information. Russia says, but we have our own law. So why you come from another with the law of another country and telling us how to live our life? So maybe we stop Facebook, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram altogether, because you are trying to bring foreign law into our country and tell us how to live our lives, right? For example, I like let's say, just a second, what I like. Let's say I like smoking, right? I come to your house and I start smoking, and you're telling me, oh, we don't like smoking, can you smoke outside? But I will say, well, I enjoy it, I like it, you know, but you'll say, but this is my house, why you tell me? And I'll say, what? Right? So this is the same thing, you know? One country comes to another country and then tells them, right? And because YouTube is an American company, they must follow American law. If they don't follow American law, they will be like stopped in America. But if they don't follow Russian law, they will just be kicked out of Russia. So this is what happened with Facebook in Russia and in China. Okay. Okay, so there's no Facebook or Twitter in China, but in China there is WeChat, multi-purpose messaging system developed by Tencent, is widely used alternative in China. The app has been subsidized by the government since its creation and is obliged to share users' data with the state. So if you are on WeChat in China, everything about you is shared with the government. WeChat has a monopoly on user data, including mini apps to pay bills, book doctor's appointments, and file police reports, right? So everything is connected with WeChat because they have your information. You can pay bills. In 2017, WeChat unveiled plans for virtual ID cards that would be recognized by the state. Although TikTok was developed by a Chinese company, it is not available in China. So Chinese don't allow stupid TikTok. It goes to other countries. Okay, India. So TikTok is in India. However, 2020 Indian government banned TikTok. Activities prejudicial to sovereignty and integrity of India, defense of India's security of state. Okay, public order. Public order. You allow some app into your country, let's say again, Russia. Some app comes to Russia, and they're from another country. And let's say everyone starts using it. Everyone likes it. Oh, it's just fun, funny videos, blah, 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 blah. What if somebody from abroad sends some messages like, tomorrow there will be no water and no bread, so everyone will be in panic, okay? And it will be spread through this app. Government will go on TV and say, no, we have enough water and bread, but it's going through this app and you cannot stop it, right? It's not that easy. So you see what India is doing. They are stopping TikTok. Public order. Chinese app WeChat also blocked in India. Iran. Some users have learned to bypass blocks by using VPN. So virtual private network, it pretends you're not in Iran, it pretends you're in Europe, and then you can use it. Okay? So this is what Russian people are doing, using VPN. Now, in many countries, government requires IDs to access the internet, right? Like in Thailand, if you buy a SIM card now, you need to show your passport. Iran is working with China to create national internet. Maybe having the same firewall of China in Iran. Okay, North Korea, no internet. Okay, so in many countries, people, of course, people want to have freedom to receive the news. But the thing is, when you go online, it's hard to have freedom because you're using websites, you're using apps, and you don't know who is controlling them. Nobody is controlling Facebook. Oh, really? Nobody is controlling Facebook. It's not true. Somebody is controlling Facebook, and Facebook is controlling what information they can spread. Okay, so like with COVID, they control what you can say with COVID. With Donald Trump, they control. With many topics, they control. So there's no like absolute freedom on Facebook. Somebody is controlling them. Okay, US Army, just a second. Okay, this is from several years ago, but okay, what is a sock puppet? sock puppet, right? This is you put your hand inside the sock and you do sock puppet. So armies in many countries have sock puppets. It means one guy is sitting in front of the computer, but he pretends that he is different people. He has different accounts. In one account he's a boy, and another account he's a girl, old woman, old man, and he's typing. And you might think, look, 50 people are all saying this, but in fact it's one guy writing all this stuff. Okay. US spy operation that manipulated social media. US military is developing software that will let it secretly manipulate social media sites by using fake online personas to influence internet conversations and spread pro-American propaganda. Right? So imagine you go on Facebook and you have 10 friends. You've never seen them. You think they all live in your country. They think they all live in Thailand. It's a girl, it's a boy, they have some pictures, and they're all telling you, like, telling you something. You should not like the government. Government is bad, you know, stuff like this. So they send you different stuff, and you start believing them. But maybe they are not real. Maybe it's someone in another country, some army, you know, in America, maybe they're typing it for you. Who knows, right? You never met them. Well, I never met them, but I see their pictures. And it doesn't mean that they're real. Maybe they're fake. You see how it works? So America could do it against China. China could do it against America. Russia could do it against America. You know, now we don't know who is doing what. What I'm telling you, don't trust everything you see on your social media, because unless you personally know people, maybe they're fake, right? And they will use it, right? They will spread rumors, they will spread fake news, they will spread whatever, right? To influence you, to influence you. Okay. Like in Thailand, you know, many young people were protesting, and to this day, I don't understand. You know, they were all standing, protesting. Uh, I don't understand what they wanted and how did they get together through social media. And then I ask myself this question. So is it just one guy or a group of Thai students, they're not happy about something and they start protesting? Or maybe it's someone else in social media start sending many messages to all the groups, and then it says, let's come together tomorrow 7 p.m. and we'll stand, you know, maybe somebody is using you, so you have to be very careful. You have to understand. And like they will say, Thailand, democracy, Thailand needs democracy. Like, and what is democracy, right? So before you say, yeah, we need democracy, you need to stop and ask what it really means, because okay, look, same thing happened in America. People were not happy with the government. They went to the capital, and then police arrested many of them. you know. They might also say we want democracy, but why? You know, when you read the news, sometimes they will say, this is good, but then this is bad. But who decides what is good and what is bad? What protest is good, what protest is bad, right? There are many opinions, so be careful who you listen to, if you follow some groups, who is sending messages, who is writing things, is it real people or maybe it's all fake, okay? And then the people will get angry and then they will start running, destroying everything, and then it will not be better. And you see many students were protesting, and then they disappeared. COVID scared them all, and then it all stopped, right? What happened? They was very active, and then they disappeared. And do the young people really understand? Like, you know, they come with the smartphones, they do this symbol, but do they really understand what do they want, right? And who is controlling them? They all are part of some social network, maybe through Facebook, and but somebody is controlling them. Okay, so it's called leader of public okay because we're all online. How it works: somebody collects all the information and then sends it to others. So red dot is you and me, right? We go on Facebook, we go on Instagram, we read the news. But it comes from what? The government or some guy. Oh, it's some blogger, he's very famous, he explains everything. So he's a leader of public opinion. And maybe he takes information and then he will present it in a way to influence us, right? Like there's some event, okay? And then they will collect information and then they will spin it, turn it, and then send it to us to influence our behavior, okay? So, okay. Okay, just a second. So I'm showing you a lot of news because it's all changing and it's all, you know, one day it's one story, next day it's another story, so I can't like prepare slides and use them all forever, you know. It's the story is continually developing, so I'm reading the news every day and deciding what to show you. In Thailand, the war in Ukraine divides the generations. So some activists went to the Russian embassy in Thailand, in Bangkok. I stand with Ukraine and the aggression, you know, but do they really understand what is going on? Well, it's clear Russia attacked Ukraine, but for what? Why did Russia attack Ukraine, right? So let's look. So let's look at the map. So the map of Russia, look, if you fly from Moscow to this area, it takes 10 hours. Can you imagine the size of the country? 10 hours. If you fly from in Thailand from Chiang Mai to Phuket, it takes 2 hours, right? But in Russia, if you fly from Moscow to this area, it takes 10 hours. So why would Russia attack Ukraine? For land, Russia has a lot of land. They don't need a little piece of land in Ukraine. So it's something else, right? Do we really understand the story, or we just go online? Okay. Everyone, we go on Facebook, everyone puts Ukrainian flag, I love Ukraine, and I support Ukraine. You support Ukraine in what? Right? We need to really understand the story before we can protest, because you see this guy standing, maybe they got money, they get paid for it, they're activists. They have nothing else to do. I have work, you have studies, and these guys like care about peace, or it's their job. They receive the money from someone, and then they go and protest. Just a second. This woman, why is she so worried about Ukraine? Okay. Reaction within Thailand to Russia's invasion of Ukraine has often reflected the country's highly polarized politics. People tend to think of Ukraine war in terms of their perception towards democracy or authoritarianism, said this person from Thammasat. Prominent conservatives have expressed support or sympathy for Russia, while many young people who have protested for political and monarchy reform at home have rallied behind Ukraine. So in Russia, it's they're trying to tell you, in Russia, it's just a second. Authoritarian regime. One man is ruling the country, Vladimir Putin. So older people in Thailand might like it, but young people don't like authoritarian. They like Ukraine, democracy. Really, this is democracy in Ukraine. Look who is in power there. The last president was had a lot of money, billions of dollars. That's why he became the president. The next guy is an actor, was supported by another wealthy guy. So I don't think it's really democracy. It's just perception of democracy. It looks like democracy, but not. But when you read the news, they will influence you. Okay, we continue reading. Conservatives describe Russia as a long-standing friend of Thailand. 100 years ago, Tsar or King Nicholas II helped Siam resist colonial pressure. Many people in Thailand forget that England and France were trying to divide Thailand. England was in Burma and India. France was in Cambodia and Laos, and they were fighting. They wanted to take Thailand. So Thai king asked help from the Russian king, and Russian king stopped that thing. So it helped to save the territory of Thailand. Vladimir Putin is applauded for his strong style of governance, which has been admiringly likened to Chinese President Xi Jinping, led China to be a successful economy, and he's very decisive in taking measures against corruption. Conservative people are fond of that kind of leadership. Okay. Among younger generations, there is, however, in Thailand, however, a strong desire to stand by Ukrainians. When you learn to fight dictatorship, it is not hard that you will understand people who are fighting the same causes elsewhere, Thai student said. Some have expressed interest in traveling to Ukraine to support its people. How can you... Okay, you have no problems in Thailand. You want to fly to Ukraine to help them. How will you help them? Can you really fight? How will you fight? Are you like, you have military training? Help your people in Thailand. Don't go anywhere. You see how people watch the news and they are influenced by the news without even understanding the complexity of the situation, right? We have many countries, China, Russia, Ukraine, Thailand. You want to help Ukraine, but do you understand the history of Ukraine? Do you understand what happened? Okay, just a second. For just a second. For many years, Ukraine and Russia, they were one country, and then only in the past 20 years they became separate. And so some Ukrainian people moved to Russia, some Russian people moved to Ukraine. So before you decide to help someone, before you believe any news, you need to do your own research to understand what is going on there. Okay? And then let people who live there settle the issue themselves. Okay? I don't want so many people in the West, they want Tibet. They want to help Tibet. They're saying China is occupying Tibet. But let Chinese and local people in Tibet settle the issue. It's their land. Let them handle it. Don't get influenced by some famous people. So, for example, there's a famous actor in America, Richard Gere, and he's like advertising the cause of Tibet, meeting with Dalai Lama, but you know, I like him as an actor, but will I listen to him when he's talking about politics? Oh, he's such a good actor. He's a good actor, but he's an expert in politics now, right? Be very careful when uh, politicians are trying to influence you, right? And who is this lady? She was Nancy Pelosi, and she was against Trump, right? So be careful who will influence you. Okay. Facebook. Facebook data mining. Data mining. Okay, this word, data mining. Mining, what is mining? In China, in Thailand, in Russia, in Ukraine, in America, there's miners, right? They go, they cut the earth and they get gold, coal, silver, metals, right? They mine the earth. Same thing applies to internet, data mining. Facebook is free. How can it be free, right? Okay, they do advertise, they run ads, but they also do data mining. They collect information about anything we watch, say, talk about, show, share, and then they sell it to companies and governments, right? So let's say company wants to know how many people have cats. It's easy. If you have a cat, you will share your pictures of your cat on Facebook, so they can collect that information. How many people in Chiang Mai have cats? Easy to find out. How many people talk about Ukraine? Easy, right? They can do anything, and then they can sell you, right? So if they know that I have a cat, every time I go on Facebook, they will offer me cat food, right? So this is called data mining, right? What about privacy? So they collect information about my private life and then they share it with cat food company. Facebook data mining, the world's largest focus group. Okay, they can predict things. They know how I reacted to the last movie. They can predict how I will react to the new movie. They can they can see my emotions, what kind of smiley faces I'm sending, right? So data mining, companies are doing it. And what about my privacy? What if they will, I have Facebook pictures. What if they will start selling my pictures to some companies, right? Privacy. And what about children? Many children, again, who is a child? Child is someone who is not adult in the as far as the law is concerned. So what if they take pictures of young kids and start selling them to some companies, for whatever reason, right? So it's the picture of your child, but some company is buying it, selling it, using it, right? Then you'll go to some shop and they're selling some products and they're using pictures of your child. Will you be happy? No. So this is called data mining. Okay. And just a second. Another news. Remember how I told you Line is in Japan, but they work in Thailand. Google or YouTube is from US, but they work in Russia. So it looks like we have no control of what is happening because these companies are coming from other countries. So, for example, in Russia, there's a new law that if you have a website working in Russia, it needs to be on a server that is in Russia. Okay, so if suddenly you start publishing something against the government, they can come to that server that is in Russia and turn it off, right? Because if the server is in Singapore, how can you do it, right? Only China. Okay, just a second. Great firewall. China is basically the only country that has a big firewall. So they usually internet comes to your country from many locations, but in China they have like doors, right? So every time internet is coming into China, it is controlled by the government. So they're filtering, right? They are filtering. It looks like this. Whatever is coming to China is being filtered by the Chinese government. So if suddenly they don't like some website, some words, some movie, they can filter it. So it will not enter China. Okay? So this is how China is doing it, but it's very difficult and expensive. Russia cannot do that, so they ask all the servers, all the websites that operate in Russia to be located in Russia, right? So they can come and control it, turn it off, okay? So this is how it's working, okay? So again, let every country decide their own future. If China wants to live this way, fine. If they're not happy, let the people decide. I will not be deciding for China. I will not be deciding for Thailand. Let Thai people decide. Because if I try to decide, you have the right to say, who are you? You don't understand anything about us. How can you tell us, right? You don't, like, I come to your family and I start telling your family how to live their lives. They will say, who are you, right? Same thing. America should not come to China or Russia, right? Tell them. Thais should not go and volunteer in the war in Ukraine, right? Because they cannot help. They don't understand the situation. Better take care of your country, right? Yes, maybe you feel sad about the war, but there's many problems in your country. So help your country. It will be better than to be involved in the war far, far away. Okay? So, but now because we are online, we feel like we are involved, right? You sit in Thailand, but you feel like you're almost in Ukraine and you get angry over something, right? Uh, but again, in reality, we are far away. It's a different culture, different language. So we need to understand that. And there's laws, right? Uh, if you go to another country and take, okay, just a second. So some soldiers from UK, just a second. Some, just a second, I saw this news. Just a second. Some man from the UK a month ago decided to go to Ukraine to fight. But then again, you're breaking the law, right? If you go there, you're breaking the law.
Of the country in recent days, with officials in the city of Mariupol reporting almost 12,000 fatalities. Despite that, there continues to be reports of Russia's invasion of Ukraine stalling. So what is the latest on the ground? The founder and commander of the Georgian National Legion of the Ukrainian army, Mamuka Mamulashvili, joins me now. And this is quite interesting because the Georgian Legion is...
Okay, so if you come from another country to a third country to fight in some wars, you are breaking the laws, and then they have the right to kill you. So be careful with that. Just a second. Hackers. Who are hackers? Hackers who are those who are breaking into websites. So Russian hacker arrested in Bangkok. What happened here? Thai and Swiss police have arrested 4 billion hacker Farid Diablo Zero, who attacked Windows, then got out of jail and cracked Swiss banks, following joint operation between Thai and Swiss authorities, who have been tracing the man for more than 2 years. The 27-year-old Russian citizen is wanted on a computer crime charges, arrest warrant in Switzerland. So you see, countries cooperate to find criminals. This guy was attacking Swiss sites, and then he flew to Thailand. He thought, well, I attacked Swiss sites. I'm a Russian. I fly to Thailand, no problem. But Thais and Swiss were working together, right? And many stories like this. Look, notorious hacker. Okay. So it's called extradition, right? They're caught in one country and they will go to jail in another country. Hacker arrested in Thailand. Also, if you work for a company and you steal information from that company and sell it to some company, third company, again, you're breaking the law. Hacker arrested after selling data of 600,000 customers. A former employee of a well-known company in Thailand was arrested for data breach where he allegedly hacked and sold the data of 600,000 customers. The hacker known as Warapol was taken into custody by the Technical Crime Suspension Division, right? So governments are working hard to catch the hackers. Thai police arrest Algerian hacker on FBI list. So this guy is from Algiers, but Americans were looking for him. Again, he came to Thailand. Thai police have arrested an Algerian national wanted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, for allegedly making tens of millions of dollars from cybercrime. This 24-year-old man was arrested late Sunday while attempting to transit through Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport from Malaysia. Right? So he was just in the airport, but the airport checked his passport. Oh, FBI wants him to be arrested. You know, just a second. Looks happy. We were tripped off to his arrival by the FBI, who have been following his case for past 3 years. What did he do? Computer science graduate hacked private accounts of 217 banks and financial companies worldwide, stealing a lot of money. He earned a lot of money. I'm not a terrorist, right? So when you steal so much money, you should be sitting and hiding, but you have a lot of money, you want to travel. He went to travel with his passport. He got caught. Okay. He is caught and now he will fly to US and he will spend many, many years in jail there. So again, computer crimes, right? Be very careful. A lot of hackers are arrested and you think, I didn't do anything, I was just on computer, you know. It's a crime. Every country now has a law against hacking, against stealing data. Somebody gives you a credit card number. Oh, I worked for this company and a customer called and they gave me the credit card number. I wrote it down. So let's go shopping on Lazada and we'll use that card and we'll send it to my grandma and then no problem. It will be delivered to her and she will take it. Okay. Just as I'll give you example. Very very, okay, just a second. So what happened? Just a second. So this girl, South African woman, who is behind bars in Thailand in prison for drug-related charges, has been thrust into spotlight after authorities rejected her family plea to be sent to her country. Thailand is keeping her. Why? Drug charges. She came from South Africa to teach English, and she's very young, graduated 2018, very young. What happened? Ecstasy drug. It's narcotic, class 1 narcotic drug. Okay, so let's read her story. Police in Samui said they received information that there's a package coming with drugs. So the package arrived at the sorting center in Bangkok's Laxi district from UK. It was addressed to Dave Rosenberg, Mo6, Samui. X-ray of the package showed what looked like concealed drugs. So there was a package, let's say, with candy, and inside there were drugs. Inside, authorities found a plastic packet containing 260 grams of brown crystalline substance. After the substance was tested using some chemicals, it was a drug. Okay. Package was forwarded to the intended destination, a restaurant called Hot in the Biscuit. Okay. Okay, she received the package. Okay, what's her name? Ashley Oosthuizen. So, what happened? She received the package. After she admitted that the drugs were sent in by her boyfriend, who lives in Ukraine. Okay, so her boyfriend sent the drugs to her. For what? To use or to resell, right? Maybe resell in Thailand. She said she didn't know what was inside. She denied any involvement. But here she says she admitted the drugs were sent. Dave Rosenberg stayed there, rented a house to run a restaurant. Later, Rosenberg sold the business to the boyfriend. The boyfriend was later identified as an American guy. He left Thailand before she was arrested. Okay, so she didn't do anything. She just received she didn't do anything bad. She was just receiving a package. So Bangkok Hilton, a famous movie with Nicole Kidman, same story. Her boyfriend tells her, oh, please carry my bag, and you know, she was just visiting Bangkok, and then suddenly Thai police stop her, and in her briefcase there is drugs. So the whole movie is about uh, that situation. She's in prison, but she didn't do anything wrong. Her boyfriend asked her to carry a bag for him. Just a second. Bangkok Hilton. So same thing could happen online. You know, somebody says, "Hey, I lived in Thailand, or I'm coming to Thailand, or whatever your country, and could you receive my package? It's just my books, whatever." And then you say, "Okay, no problem." And then you receive the package for them because they don't want to take risk. They want you to take risk. If you are caught, you will have problem, not them. Bangkok Hilton. Her boyfriend says, "This is for you, please carry this bag through the airport." Inside, he is hiding drugs. You see, he's hiding drugs inside her bag. Don Muang Airport. So the whole movie is about her adventures in a Thai prison. Okay, so again, she didn't do anything wrong, but it happened. So this story about South African girl reminds me of Bangkok Hilton, right? So the last 2 years she's sitting in Thai prison. So her family wants to take her to South Africa, but Thai government doesn't allow, right? So she didn't do anything wrong. So again, this is the problem. Okay, so this is the lesson for today. Do you have any questions?